Happy something's off. That kicked my butt. Like, seriously.
It was steep.
3, 2, 1. Welcome back to Papilla Adventures. Today, we're hiking up to Camp Muir on Mount Rainier, one of the most iconic and challenging routes in the park. From the very start, this trail doesn't waste any time. It's steep right out of the gate, and it keeps pushing you the whole way up. Camp Muir sits at about 10,000 feet up in the air, and it's the base camp for climbers preparing to summit Mount Rainier. It's also a place packed with history, it's named after the famous naturalist John Muir, who helped inspire the creation of our national parks across America. The guy was a badass. The climb is tough, but every step rewards you with the incredible views of Mount Adams and Mount Hood, just barely off in the distance through the wildfire smoke. Mount St. Helens was there, standing proud in the distance, and of course, Rainier towered right behind us the entire time. Absolutely breathtaking. This hike was one of the biggest challenges we've taken on yet, but that's what makes it special, so let's lace up, breathe deep, and take on Camp Muir together. Jagged edges, sharp, unkind, a riddle carved to tempt the mind. Moonrocks is no mere stone, but a thought made flesh and a mind's backbone. Each breath you take, a thesis laid, each step rebuttal half betrayed. Your body writes, the mountain edits, marking limits and crossing credits. Behind you, comfort, green, and known. Ahead, a page of endless stone, blank and vast, it pulls you near, arousal steepened in thought, not fear. This is not geology. This is seduction in disguise, a dialogue of skin and sky, a philosophy that makes you sweat, ache, and cry. Moonrocks does not beg. It does not cry, ascend. It asks if you can comprehend, and in pursuit you find release, a mind undone, a body's peace.
Hell did I do?
There's more snow.
Yeah, definitely. We have about, I'm 1/3 of the way through this rock. This is a short section of rock, and then it's full snow.
Okay. Don't worry, I'm
I'm going to put that in the queue and get in the reservation system for Hill. Think I can do it.
You can.
Originally, this was named Cloud Camp, and it was renamed Camp Muir in 1888 after John Muir's climb here. Muir thought that this location would be more sheltered from the wind. But if you've ever been here, you know that it is not.
It's amazing that I can hear an ambulance up here. That's great. It's just active.
The Camp Muir sits at 10,188 feet. It's located between the Muir Snowfield and the Cowwoods Glacier. Some of the structures that you see here include the 1916 guide shelter and the public shelter that was built in 1921 and 1936. As part of the CCC, the stone toilets were added, and these are some of the oldest structures in the park. This is the main high camp for summit attempts via Disappointment, Cleaver, and the Ingraham direct routes. So it seems that most of the climbs to the summit start here. Not all of them, but most of them. And this camp, Camp Muir, has been on the National Register of Historic Places since 1991.
It's like thunder.
Mountain thunder.
Your bag's not working, puppy.
Yeah, it is. Some other interesting facts about Camp Muir and the Muir Snowfield. Muir's snowfield is a permanent snowfield, but the conditions here change drastically from season to season. And throughout the day, the conditions can change really quickly. Lots of stories in the news about people getting stranded here or needing to be rescued from Muir Snowfield because the weather can change so quickly.
What's up, Muffin?
Hi, Pumpkin. You hand me the fucking water?
I guess it's fucking tied up. Crampons coming off shortly.
Crevasses do open up on the snowfield. People are reporting on the trail reports right now. We're recording this in mid-September that crevasses are opening on the snowfield. And most people who are hiking to Camp Muir right now are going by way of the rocky areas, which is also challenging. Since the mid-1980s, the blue bag human waste system has been used here, so waste is flown out by helicopter and incinerated.
A single little cloud right there.
Now, let me introduce you to the legend we met 10,000 feet up on the mountain, Kevin Bai. This dude is fearless, loves the mountains. He's a motivational speaker, but honestly, most of his speeches end with me questioning my life choices. He's also a comedian, whether you like it or not, and on this trail, he was on a short leash the whole way. You'll see him in the credits as an overall good bitch. His words, not mine. Kevin and I actually work together as EMTs, which basically means we're glorified Uber drivers, except our passengers don't tip. They scream. So, when we're not racing ambulances through traffic, we're out here climbing mountains because apparently risking our lives at work just isn't enough. What I love about Kevin is he doesn't just walk into fear, he grabs it by the throat and tells it bad jokes until it taps out. And that's contagious because when you're gasping for air, legs on fire, wondering why you thought this was a good idea, Kevin's the guy, he'll make you laugh. And he'll drag your ass up the mountain up higher anyway. Reminds me that the best way to feel alive is to stare fear in the face and then flip it off on the way past. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. So up at Camp Muir, Kevin does what he does and makes a new friend. This guy's name was Islam. He was probably mid-20s, and let me tell you, I have no idea how this man made it up there. No sunglasses, no sunscreen, no micro spikes. He made it in tennis shoes. His phone was dead. Like, how did he even get up this mountain? We're all over here sweating, slipping, baking in the sun, feeling every step, and Islam's just like, do, 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 do. First hike of his entire life, he told us, and he decides to start with Camp Muir. I at least managed to throw him some sunscreen so he wouldn't get torched alive, but honestly, the man is a savage. A rookie who walked straight into the fire with nothing but a pair of Nikes and a dead battery. Respect. In the end, Islam actually took off before the three of us, Kevin, Papa, and me, or I, and just cruised down like it was no big deal. Meanwhile, the sun had us roasting like rotisserie chickens. So here's to Islam, the badass who made Camp Muir look like a casual stroll in the park.